This is the apartment we're talking about. Quite frankly, I don't even want to get too close to the doorway here. The next door neighbor tells me around 10 o'clock Sunday night, she heard the woman who lives here, Joanne Wagner, screaming that her legs were hurting. The neighbor came over, opened the door, and she says she found Wagner lying down right here in the doorway. She says there were cockroaches crawling all over her. That's when the neighbor called 911.
It doesn't matter where we point our camera. Everywhere, there's garbage. And everywhere, there are roaches. This apartment in Fort Pierce is where a 76-year-old woman called home.
There's no way that anybody can live in those conditions.
But it is exactly these conditions where Joanne Wagner lived. Neighbors knew things weren't great in here, but they never imagined it was this bad. Officials say Wagner never used her toilet. She instead piled used diapers in her bathtub.
The stench, it was so terrible. And there's no room to even walk in the place.
Paramedics came Sunday night and removed Wagner from the home, took her to the hospital. First arriving officers couldn't even go inside because of the stench, the garbage, and the bugs. Her car, parked out front, also overrun with roaches. Neighbors say they rarely saw Wagner. She never had any visitors. Neighbors say they wanted to help, but couldn't. They called the Department of Children and Families, but Wagner refused to let them help. She told police she was afraid they'd make her throw away her stuff.
She don't want help. She don't want nobody to come into her house. If you go in, you knock, she's not going to open the door.
Until Sunday night, when she had no choice, when she was removed from her home.
And one more look now inside this apartment. Wagner right now remains in the hospital, and it's not clear where she's going to go once she gets out of the hospital, but the police say she cannot come back here. In Fort Pierce, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News.